Hello, guys. Welcome back to literature classes. This is Abhilasha. Guys, as I have promised you that I'll make a separate video on university wit while discussing Age of Elizabeth. So, I I have brought for you University Wit, the video of University Wits. So, what is University Wits exactly? What is the meaning of University Wit? And for whom this term, this phrase is applied, and what are the important members? Means who are the important members of this group? We will discuss each and everything about University Wits in detail. So, without doing a further delay, let's move right into the topic. So, guys, as you know, what is the meaning of University Wit? Actually, university is a word which means scholars. The scholars related to any university, which means intelligence. So, intelligent people who are graduated from the University of Oxford and Cambridge. The intelligent people, or you can say the dramatist, the pre-Shakespearean dramatist of the pre-Shakespearean dramatist of Elizabethan age were known as university wits. See, a group of late 16th century English playwrights, a group of late 16th century English playwrights and pamphleteers who have got educated from the universities of Oxford and Cambridge. Group of 16th century English playwrights and pamphleteers, a group which was formed in the 16th century. These were English playwrights and pamphleteers. They were educated from the University of Oxford or Cambridge. Okay, and they were also known as Oxbridge writers, or you can say Oxbridge dramatists. A 19th century journalist and author, George Sainsbury, has coined the term university wits. Actually, this phrase university wit is applied for the 16th century English playwrights and pamphleteers. But this term university wit is coined by George Sainsbury, who was a 19th century journalist and author. So, and there were seven members. There were seven members who are included in university wits. Six are major and one is minor. He is not actually considered as university wits, but we write sometimes the name of that person also. So, see who are these seven members? Christopher Marlowe, Robert Greene, Thomas Nash, John Lilly, Thomas Lodge, George Peele, and Thomas Kidd. These were seven members, but guys, these six were important members. They are graduated either from University of Oxford or from Cambridge. But Thomas Kidd is not graduated from any of these universities. So sometimes the question is asked that who is not considered as university wit. So Thomas Kidd is not considered as university wit. So, and these members from where they were graduated. So Christopher Marlowe, Robert Greene, and Thomas Nash, they were graduated from Cambridge. They were graduated from Cambridge. Okay, and John Lilly, Thomas Laws, and George Peele, these were graduated from Oxford University. But Thomas Kidd was not graduated from any of this university. So These members were have an important role in this age. Guys, we have read what is university wit and who are the members of this group. Next, we are going to read what are the main features of this group. Means why were they considered as university wits? What are the important features of their plays? So, the very first point is the playwrights used heroic themes such as the lives of great figures like Muhammad and Tamburlaine. Means these playwrights, these dramatists of 16th century, these university wits actually used the heroic themes. Heroic themes, and they were using these themes for the legendary figures, for the great figures like Muhammad and Tamburlaine. The next point is they have given heroic treatment for the heroic themes in the play. They have given heroic treatment means actually they were using the heroic figure, the legendary figure in their plays. So for those legendary plays, they were using a theme that is known as heroic themes, and the heroic themes for that heroic themes they were using the heroic treatment. Heroic treatment means heroic treatments means like when a playwright used gratefulness and variety of incidents and emotions, splendid descriptions, long speeches. The incident and emotions should be in a very descriptive manner. So these qualities were included in these plays. Next is 16th century playwrights focused on the heroic style for the play. 16th century playwrights means these dramatists, these university wits focused on the heroic style for the play. They have used a style which was known as heroic style, grand style for their plays. Next point is these dramatists often based their plays on tragic theme. They also tried their hand in comedies. These dramatists often based their plays were based on tragic theme basically. Basically, they wrote tragedies. They also wrote comedies, but their main focus was tragic theme. Their main focus was tragic theme and the hero the heroic downfall because of the tragic theme. Most often they show these things in their plays. So now these university wits wrote some important plays. The major ones are we are going to discuss. Christopher Marlowe. Christopher Marlowe, the first member of University Wit. He was born in 1564 and died in 1593. He was considered to be the most talented of pre-Shakespeareans. He translated Ovid's Amorous. Ovid's work Amorous is translated by Christopher Marlowe, and the first book of Lucan's Phaselia. It was from Latin. Next, Dido, Queen of Carthage. His most famous work, or you can say play, 1594. It was published in 1594. Then Tamburlaine the Great, 1590. Dr. Faustus, he wrote a work, Dr. Faustus, very much famous and important itself, published in 1592 and 93. Hero and Leander, 1593. Edward II was published in 1594. These were important plays of Christopher Marlowe. For these plays, he is known. Next is Robert Greene. Robert Greene was born in 1558 and died in 1592. Robert Greene. Robert Greene was English dramatist. He was the founder of romantic comedy. Robert Greene was a founder of romantic comedy. He wrote Mamila in 1583, Honorable History of Friar Bacon and Bungay. He wrote this work in 1594. Pendesto, Pendesto Trump of Wit. It was published in 1588, A Looking Glass for London and England in 1592. This work, Pendesto, Trump of Wit, it was written according to the Euphues work, Euphues, which was written by John Lilly. And Shakespeare has taken the plot of his play A Winter's Tale from this work, Trump of Wit. John Lilly. John Lilly was born in 1554 and died in 1606. His prose romance, Euphues. Euphues was his prose romance, and the subtitle is The Anatomy of Wit. It was published in 1578. John Lilly also wrote the sequel of Euphues, The Anatomy of Wit, which was named Euphues and His England. This the literal meaning of Euphues is well endowed with wit, a person well endowed with wit. Next work is Sappho and Phao. Sappho and Phao was published in 1584. The other comedies of John Lilly are Campes, which was published in 1584, Endymion in 1591, Galatea. Galatea, a work was written by John Lilly in 1592, Midas. Midas was published in 1592 again. Mother Bombay. Mother Bombay was published in 1594. So these were the comedies of John Lilly. Next is Thomas Nash. The very famous work of Thomas Nash was The Unfortunate Traveller and the Life of Jack Wilton, which was published in 1594. And it was this Unfortunate Traveller or the Life of Jack Wilton, it was a work which was also considered as picaresque tale. And in this picaresque tale, he describes the adventures of Jack Wilton. Next, Thomas Laws. Thomas Laws was born in 1558 and died in 1625. Thomas Laws was known first after the publication of his pamphlet. The name of the pamphlet was Defense of Plays, which was published in 1589. 1580. Next work is Rosalind. Rosalind was published in 1590, and this work is the theme of this play is taken by William Shakespeare, and Shakespeare wrote a play that is As You Like It, and he has taken the theme from Rosalind. Next, A Looking Glass for London and England, which was published in 1594. Then The Wounds of Civil War. The Wounds of Civil War was also published in 1594. These were the important works of Thomas Laws. Thomas Laws has collaborated with Robert Greene in the work A Looking Glass for London and England. Next, Thomas Kidd. Thomas Kidd has not proceed any university. His most famous work was The Spanish Tragedy. The Spanish Tragedy, which was written around 1589 to 92. And the full title, or you can say the subtitle of this play is Hieronymo is Mad Again. He is known, Thomas Kidd is known for this play. So guys, this is the detailed description of university wits. I hope you would like this video. That's it for today. I'll meet you very soon with a new video. Till then, keep studying and have fun with literature. Thank you.